evening and welcome to another edition of the South Atlantic Media Services Local TV News broadcast. Making the headlines this week, mobile phone service on island soon, developments in the Sea Rescue Service, fun day at Prince Andrew School, broken record at Saint FM, and in sports, the President's Cup Golf Tournament. Shore South Atlantic Limited are currently in the process of preparing the island's infrastructure for the onset of mobile phones later this year. They have released a customer survey and are also busy installing telephone masks and modifying their existing systems in preparation. Shore South Atlantic's Networks Manager Adam Yan told us when we visited the site at Hedawayne that the mobile masks will give the island 95% population coverage.
Right here we have some preparation work taking place for our mobile network. So our rigging team is actually here extending the tower here at Hedawayne with the primary objective of actually making more space available for the mobile equipment that will arrive later this year. So the existing setup is quite congested, and so by adding the actual extension onto the actual mast, it actually provides more space and capacity for the mobile equipment. Well, basically what the guys have been doing this morning is actually adjusting the stay wires, because you're actually going to extend the mast. You actually need additional stay wires. So the guys have been preparing additional stay wires, which all of the existing services had to be turned off, disconnected, so that it was safe from an RF radio transmission side to climb the mast. And now the guys have fitted a jig up there, which is like a raking system that has allowed them to actually hoist up the additional section of the antenna in a safe manner. So now they're actually attaching that to the existing mast, and the other guys you see there are making safe the stay wires that will eventually support the mast so that it's stable in windy conditions and so forth. Actually piggybacking on some of the existing television infrastructure. I mean, that has a twofold purpose. One, it actually helps with the aesthetics of the location so that we do not spoil it even more. And we've put in a few more masts over the past couple of months. We've put one in at Field Road, one at Deadwood, one at Sunbury in Levelwood, one at the Flag in Levelwood, and there are plans to actually put another monopole out at the airport site itself. So until we are certain that that is the case, that everything is secured, it's on its way, we're actually not in a position to give a definitive time frame in which we're going to actually turn on the mobile network. All I can say is that it's going to be soon, and it's something that people can look forward to.
As you heard there, the company cannot commit to any date at this stage. However, a lot of people are excited about the arrival of mobile technology. The Sea Rescue Service, which is developing and expanding in conjunction with the opening of the airport next year, will also provide support for sea rescue operations which are not tied to air traffic. In this new growth period, there is a new man at the top. After spending a decade with the Sea Rescue on Ascension Island, Simon Wade decided to take up a new job as Sea Rescue Manager on Saint Helena and return to the island. We interviewed Simon about the future plans for the Sea Rescue Service.
At the moment we provide 24/7, 365-day service with the current boat, the Lima, with myself and some auxiliary crew. The boat itself can do about 35 knots. We can carry about 14 people. And at the moment we are enhancing it to carry some stretcher cases as well. So we're gonna actually remove some of the seating to give more capability to carry people that we might have to stretcherize to safety. The two new boats are the structural hull is the same as they are rib type boats, but they won't have the canopy, they won't have the cabin, there will be an open console. So in terms of working close proximity to the shore or to wreckage, extracting casualties out of the water, it'll have a better capability of that. We're going to have a good sea rescue service. We're going to have more capability than we have now. We will end up into a new building in Rupert's, so we will actually be based in Rupert's. All of the boats will be under one roof. We will move from crane launch to slipway launch with still the capability of a crane launch as a secondary, as a contingency plan. Yeah, if well, at the moment I'm recruiting staff. So if there's anybody out there who basically haven't made up their mind, maybe sitting at home thinking there's something out there, you might think that you can do this or may want to try, come and see me and find out what it's all about, and we'll go from there really. But our primary role is to save life, so it shouldn't be a problem to go out and save lives.
That was Sea Rescue Manager Simon Wade talking about the important work that is going on to secure the future of the Sea Rescue Service. Despite a wet and windy start on Bank Holiday Monday, there was a fun day at Francis Plain to celebrate 25 years of Prince Andrew School being opened. Barbara Osborne, Deputy Head Teacher, took to the microphone to encourage spectators to take part in adult races to support their districts. There were novelty sports for the children, followed by adult track races, javelin, shot put and tug of war. Here are some of the highlights from the day.
I'm quite pleased with how the day is going so far. We started off this morning with a little bit of weather, which was raining, then the sun came out. We brought the stools and the benches to the field and we had to take them back, so we decided to have the stalls inside and this afternoon to carry on with the sports outdoors. So overall, I think we've had a good day, despite the weather. Oh, it's good. It's actually good to see that, I know I got to shout on the mic a few times, but it's good to see the people actually then turning up to take part. And they seem as if they're enjoying it, so that's the best thing. Well, no, this is just part of the 25th. We did, I think it was 12 events within the year of the 25th anniversary, and this is one of them, and the last one coming up will be our dance to celebrate the ending of the 25th anniversary.
St. Paul's went on to win the district sports, with Jamestown in second, followed by Longwood. As mentioned, the fun day was the penultimate celebration and will be followed by a dance to finish off this year's events. Last weekend on Saint FM, Les Baldwin tried to break a marathon DJ session record set by Tony Leo. Previously, Tony had set a record of 27 hours when he raised funds for the station.
The challenge is there, and hopefully I'll be able to exceed 27 hours, and Tony or anybody else can come in and do it again as a future fundraising exercise for Saint FM. I think we've been looking for fundraising ideas for Saint FM for some time, and when Tony came up with this, it was, in my opinion, it was a strange way of making money. And then he did so outstandingly well. He entertained everybody for 27 hours. He raised £2,845, which I think is a real major for Ireland, not for Saint FM. I think it was the biggest fundraising exercise Saint FM had ever had. And when I left the committee of Saint FM, I sort of laughingly said I may come back and do a marathon for you one day. Well, 2 years on, and here I am. But I think we all know how precarious Saint FM is in a cash flow scenario. And to be quite honest, without the fundraising exercises, then Saint FM wouldn't exist. So without the generous contributions that we receive regularly, Saint FM wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that.
Les broke the record set by Tony Leo for a radio marathon when he cruised past the 27-hour mark and finished on a very respectable 32 hours. So far, Les has raised £3,400 and that figure is still growing. He mentioned after he recovered from the ordeal that it had been an emotional journey and he hopes that someone will beat his time so he can have another go. Well done, Les. I bet you slept well the next day. Here now is our sports guy, Damien Obey, with this week's sports news.
In the sports news this week, we focus on the President's Cup golf tournament held at Longwood Golf Club on Saturday, the 23rd of May. The President's Cup is an 18-hole stroke play tournament traditionally sponsored by the club's president. Following his recent election, the responsibility of organising the tournament fell to Niall O'Keefe. Niall generously donated the prizes for the event, and before the tournament started, competitors were invited to help themselves to water and chocolate that could be used as a mid-round snack. The 9 a.m. tee-off time meant that the tournament started in rather dull weather, but as the day wore on and the competition heated up, so did the weather. From a field of 34, a number of under-par scores were returned, a testament to how well the course was playing. Mike Harper emerged as champion, having shot a net 66 along with Sanya Niemann, who was runner-up following a countback. After counting back, Mike's second 9 holes were better than Sanya's. Lawson Henry's net 67 was enough to earn him third place honours. That's it for the sports news this week. Back to you, Anne.
Thank you, Damien. That brings us to the end of this week's edition of the South Atlantic Media Services Local TV News broadcast. I am Anne Clark. Thank you all for watching.